Yo, they blame us for I am dying. They blame us for everything. Oh my God. They said that the aliens were African American. Yo.
A NASA scientist has claimed that he saw 7-foot-tall African-American aliens.
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off?
Not dark, black.
Black skin?
Really black, yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
well, what?
Say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
You mean the aliens is African American? Wait a minute, and then another thing. Why is they only coming to America? Well, like is they like traveling through different continents, or like what's happening? Like African American. Because if they come here, I'm not scared. I feel like if they come here and they really African American.
So the aliens are black? I'm not talking about the color. Apparently, the aliens are African American people, and this is not coming from me. This is coming from an ex-NASA employee. So this is Norman Bergrun, and in an interview, he was explaining that they were about 7 feet tall. Then it cuts to like a voice call, and the person starts describing the spaceship. Do you want to know what they said the spaceship looked like? A cigar. Then after it landed, 100 people got off of the ship, heavily armed, and surrounded the ship. Said the people that got off of these ships were a black. They looked like African Americans. They were about 6'4", 6'5". Green aliens. I have more of a time believing that they're like green or something. But African American people, that shit is wild. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't be possible, but the way you described it, and then you say they were in cigar-shaped vehicles or spaceships, absolutely not, guy. So if you haven't seen the video, go look it up. If you have seen the video, what is your thoughts on this? I mean, Lil Wayne does say he's an alien all the damn time, so maybe it's true.
Y'all, so now they said the aliens will be here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Who the hell is talking to them? Who is communicating with them that they telling them when they coming? How do they speak English? Cause how are they even? Y'all, somebody need to tell us something, y'all. I'm gonna have to hurry up and get my hair cut. They gonna think I'm one of them.
Welcome guys to this channel. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about UFO rumors online, that extraterrestrials actually resemble black Americans. You have probably seen the viral clips and social media chatter. Some claim former NASA insiders have described tall, dark-skinned beings stepping out of spacecrafts. But how credible are these accounts? In this video, we'll be tracing the origin of the rumor, examine some of the reactions from Americans, look at expert reactions, and explore cultural angles. And we will finish with clear lessons. Ladies and gentlemen, the following are some of the reactions from the black Americans and some other Americans about this whole situation. I'm your host, Kisaka. Look at these videos before we come back for more comments.
Now, wait a minute, y'all. If the people saying that the aliens is African American, right? And I'm seeing multiple videos of everybody keep saying why they coming to this country. Like, why they not going to any other country? Because they say they're African American, and then, for one, this our land. So where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? They're going where they belongs. Y'all, just put 2 and 2 together. Just putting 2 and 2 together. This is our land. We've been here, always have. So what other country they going to?
Let me share some more information about 7-foot-tall black aliens that you should not ignore. The idea of 7-foot-tall black aliens has actually been a part of American pop culture and even religion for a very long time. But first, let me share this piece of the puzzle. This is an interview from just a short few years ago from a guy who says he's an Air Force officer, and he says that when a large cigar-shaped craft landed on his Air Force base, out came 7-foot-tall, African-looking alien. But the audio is authentic. Listen.
The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And these people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular rate that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African American. They were about 6'4", 6'5". These tight-fitting black leather outfits on, and the weapons that they came out of the ships with, they were huge, a huge weapon. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that has never been conquered, they've got this look about them.
All that just to say that tall, African-looking men coming out of spaceships or UFOs is not a new idea. Some of us apparently have been thinking about this for a very long time, for one reason or another. I don't know everything about it, but it is an idea that's been with us for a while, and now that idea is back again. Aren't these wild times we live in? By the way, 3i Atlas, the object, is heading this way. It'll be at the closest point to Earth on October the 29th. That's exactly 80 days from right now.
Several YouTube videos recently premiered claiming that aliens arriving in November 2025 will look like black people. And it has been narrowed down. Now they're saying that in just a matter of days or like 2 weeks, these aliens will be on Earth. What are some of the reactions? The reactions are like shock, some are shocked, some have been hit with curiosity, some with pride, confusion. You can name all the kind of reactions. Of course, there's no official confirmation from NASA or any government agency as we speak. But the idea itself has sparked a cultural moment. Why? Because it flips the script on how aliens and black identity are usually portrayed in the media.
So the truth is slowly coming out. United States Representative Anna Paulina Luna says she's seen evidence that there are interdimensional beings. Let me simplify that for you. She said that she's seen evidence that there are aliens, interdimensional beings, living and breathing. Oh, you don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Listen closely.
I can also tell you, and this might sound crazy, but based on our investigations and stuff that we've seen, okay, there is definitely something that I think would rival what we know currently with physics.
Why is that?
And a tech that potentially is out there that we don't have the ability to reproduce.
You heard that?
Because it would basically be like dropping a cell phone right off back during the time of maybe caveman. So like we just don't have the tech to develop it yet.
She just said that there is a tech out there that we don't have the ability to produce. And just like most people will say when they're given information about these beings, they'll say that they're way more advanced than us. And you heard what she just said. Listen to the rest. Listen to this.
Understanding of physics. What specifically are you saying?
Listen.
What happened?
To I guess break it down in simple terms is that I think that some of the tech that exists, that whatever these things have, these energy things have.
What do you mean things?
Yeah, well, they call them interdimensional beings.
You hear that?
I think that they can actually operate through the time spaces that we currently have.
You hear that?
And that's not something that I came up with on my own. That's based on stuff that we've seen. That's based on information that we've been told. And then also, too, I think that there's this historical aspect of, this gets into the deeper theories and concepts of religion.
Now, I want you to tell me what she was trying to say there. In but so many words, she was saying that those things, interdimensional beings, are actually here We just can't see them. And that's a rabbit hole that we need to jump down. Because if they're here and we can't see them, why can't we see them? But then you remember that they say that humans can only see 4% of what's in front of them. So if that's the case, what's in front of you? What's really here? This shit is crazy. And it get deep. You're not going to be able to lie much longer. The truth is coming out. Pay attention.
It's about to go down.
Let me make sure I got this clear. So the same aliens that were supposed to come in November took a detour. Now they coming in 2 weeks. And now we've come to realize that they are 7 feet tall and that they look like African Americans. What? Who are y'all communicating with? Like the information that you're dropping is knowledge that you would only have if you were communicating with the aliens. So you telling me that these made a planned visit for November, now they'd say, oh, no, we coming in 2 weeks. What, all of a sudden now you know that they look like African Americans? How? How would you know this information? The way these play in our face is crazy. The way they play on the intelligence of the American people is insanity. Because, what? Then you said they're potentially hostile. How would you know that? Like, man, let's wrap 2025 up. I'm done.
Wait a minute, y'all. If the people saying that the aliens is African American, right? And I'm seeing multiple videos of everybody keep saying why they coming to this country, like why they not going to any other country? Because they say they're African American, and then for one, this our land. So where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? Where they gonna go? They're going where they belongs. Y'all, just put 2 and 2 together. Just putting 2 and 2 together. This is our land. We've been here, always been here, always have. So what other country they going to? They say they coming home. And they saying they come in peace. And I'm going to keep telling y'all what they say because I seen it on X.
Let's break it down. In movies, aliens are often gray, green, or Nordic looking. But what if they look like people from historically marginalized communities? That challenges our assumptions about intelligence, power, and even divinity. For Black Americans, this idea can feel empowering. It suggests that the image of advanced life isn't limited to Eurocentric ideals. It's a cosmic reimagining of representation. Here is where it gets philosophical. If aliens looked like Black Americans, how would society react? Would people suddenly see blackness as divine? Or would all prejudices still hold? This scenario forces us to confront how we treat each other. It's a mirror held up to our biases. And maybe, just maybe, it's a call to evolve, not just technologically, but socially. Okay, let's play with the idea. If aliens did land and look like Black Americans, what would change? Will racism suddenly vanish? Would history be rewritten? Would Black culture be celebrated globally? Or would fear and division still dominate? These are some of the questions we need to ask, not just about aliens, but ask ourselves. This story isn't really about aliens, it's about us, about how we value each other, about how we define intelligence, beauty, and worth. For Americans especially, it's a chance to reflect, to ask us, are we ready to embrace the difference? Are we ready to see the divine in every face?
Okay, so first they were saying the aliens will be here in November, right? Then they switched it to September. Now they saying they gonna be here in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Now listen. We know it could be Project Bluebeam. Could not be. But we gonna find out, right? We definitely gonna find out. Yeah, you might have to still go to work. Yep, you might have to still pay your bills. The aliens ain't gonna pay it for you. Pretty much we just gonna have to ride this one out. But I tell you one thing.
If the government say, hey, get on this bus, we gonna take y'all to safety, I ain't going nowhere. I'll keep my right in the house. Yep. Got my pew-pew. You know what I mean? I'm staying in the house. I ain't going nowhere the government is saying that they could take you to safety. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But, hey, y'all do what y'all want. But I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm staying home. Exactly. I'm going to stay home and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to ride it out. But, hey, as I said, we'll see what happens. We'll see if these aliens pop up in 2 weeks or not. Since they speed the time up quick. We'll see.
Please stop.
Yo, they blame us for I am dying. They blame us for everything. Oh my God. They said that the aliens were African American. Yo. No, literally. They're saying NASA is saying that they saw some aliens on a ship that was a mile long. And they said they was niggas. We get blamed for everything. Ooh, I told you they're going to find a way to make us illegal immigrants and aliens.
So the news said that the aliens will be here in 2 weeks. And they're about 7 foot tall African Americans. They look like African Americans. That's what they said, okay? And in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know what? That's probably where my husband been this whole time. In a whole nother universe, galaxy. Because the men that we got on Earth, these Earthlings, the African American Earthlings that we have here, this ain't it. That ain't them. I think my husband coming, y'all. He from Mercury.
Well, according to Harvard, the alien motherships are going to be here in a couple weeks now. They moved up from November to we got 2 weeks. My advice to everyone to prepare for this this event from trusted news sources. Paint your roof blue if you have one. In fact, everything you have, make it blue somehow. The mothership is somewhere between 14 miles long and, 14 feet. I don't know. Maybe 14 feet's the probes they send out. Tiny house probes. No, I can neither confirm nor deny that any of these reports about the alien mothership are real. I'm just reporting what they're reporting. And by them, I mean, like Harvard and CBS and shit like that. CIA, FBI, NSA, all that shit. The Pentagon, the World Economic Forum, and Trilateral Commission, shit like that. Anyway, alien mothership arriving, 2 weeks. Blue paint. Make everything blue. Much love. For entertainment purposes only and all that, just like mainstream media and shit. Peace.
NASA scientist is saying that he saw a 7 foot tall alien race that looked like African Americans on what he described to be getting off a mile long spaceship. Let's talk about it. Now, this is all alleged, but I have seen some sources that has talked about this claim, and I honestly don't put anything past it because there's just nothing that I don't believe when it comes down to these extraterrestrials. And my first thought when I read that he saw this race that resembled Africans was the Anunnaki. Now, it was alleged to have been seen at some type of Air Force base, and he said it was hundreds of them. And they looked like a black race, and they were huge. And the Anunnaki were said to be so huge that they were like the Nephilim, which are fallen angels and giants. And he said they had an arrogant look of like conquerors that have never been conquered. I know that's right, aliens. Y'all better serve. But the theory of the Anunnaki's existence has been around for so many years, and they're actually talked about in so many different texts of different cultures around the world. The Anunnakis are said to be some type of extraterrestrial beings that had something to do with basically the existence of humankind. And it is said that they used to basically go back and help ancient civilizations and give them technology and basically tell them what to do and how to make these pyramids, or basically help them do this. Because if you think about it, I don't care what y'all say, there is no possible way that these Egyptians built these pyramids without some type of higher power. So you mean to tell me that these weak slaves, these weak people have built these thousands of pounds of tons and stacked them up and made these pyramids? There's no way. There's no way. The Anunnaki is said to have came down here and helped them and gave them so much knowledge and power. And rumor has it that some people in the higher ups have said that the Anunnaki was supposed to be coming back. So it just all makes sense to me. And lately it's just been so much alien talk, like more than usual. I know every other year we have a few claims and, little few videos of people talking about like different things they've seen. But lately it's just been so much alien talk that some truth has to be behind this stuff. So like I said, this is alleged, but I don't know. I don't put anything past it. But let me know what y'all thinking if y'all believe in the Anunnaki.
Did anyone else hear that there's aliens coming in 2 weeks? Invited them. And more importantly, if they come to the US, are they gonna get deported? No, but for real, what does it even mean? Should I pay my rent? I lied, I don't have rent. I don't know, should I just do things that, I wouldn't do? Like, jump off a bridge? I don't know, do something crazy, jump in a canal? What do we do? Like, is this real? Like, is this gonna happen? But in all honesty, if aliens are real and they're coming, sheesh, I'll sign up. Take me, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am done living on Earth. Pollution, poverty, hunger, wars. What is left on Earth? Nothing. I want to explore the cosmos. Shit, put me on a spaceship. I want to go see what the galaxy looks like. I volunteer as tribute. Take me to a loop.
I'm sorry. But NASA better get the on. Like, it's never going to be a time in history. I don't think it's ever going to be a time in history where black people are going to be blamed for something. Because what you mean the aliens is African American. Wait a minute. And then another thing. Why is they only coming to America? Well, like is they like traveling through different continents, or like what's happening? Like African American. Because if they come here, I'm not scared. I feel like if they come here and they really African American, baby, y'all need to be scared, not me.
A NASA scientist has claimed that he saw 7-foot-tall African-American aliens, and I'm going to use science, history, and a little bit of religion to explain to you why I think that is completely plausible. First things first, when you look at space travel, you don't want to have white skin. Look at the study that was done in Chernobyl with black fungi and black birds. What they were finding is that the animals with black skin or very, very dark skin, they were surviving and adapting to radiation a whole lot easier than other animals that didn't have that freaking dark skin or melanin. Look it up. See if I'm making that up. All right. So if you're going to do space travel and try to resist the radiation waves that you're going to be constantly hit with, because mind you, the Earth protects us from the radiation. If you're out there in space, you're going to be hit with that constantly. The further that you go. So you got to be as dark as possible. This is why usually when you hear about aliens, you don't usually hear about white ones. And the ones that you hear about that are supposedly white are usually coming from people who you don't trust in the first place. Okay? Most times you hear about reptilians, dark-skinned children, and gray aliens, but you never hear about white because it doesn't make sense for space travel. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you start to look into history, you might actually discover they've been here, and that the black people were the chosen people. How could we not have been? We were the first humans. If you look at the story in the Bible about the real reason why God flooded the earth with Noah's Ark, well, this part of the Bible was actually removed. It's called the apocryphal text. There's actually a story about how angels came down to earth, were sent by God to teach humanity and watch over them. Well, instead of doing that, the angels, or the watchers, they decided to breed with the human women to make these giant people called the Nephilim. And they also taught us forbidden knowledge like geometry, root magic, you name it. And the leader of the watchers was a
angel named Samyaza. And what did he teach? Root magic. African American, who's the only people who are known to use root magic? That'd be us. I'm just saying, I want you to think about a lot of the hatred that is put towards black people. It's very, very common for, a child to rebel against his father. I'm not saying that you should get a telescope. I'm just saying they've been here. Just pay attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, back in 2000s, mechanical engineer and longtime NASA contractor Dr. Norman Begran made a startling allegation in an interview. He spoke of 7 to 9 foot tall, dark-skinned extraterrestrials he had allegedly heard about from inside NASA circles. Those remarks were brief but fanned the flames online, suggesting these beings had features some say resembled African American traits. No supporting documents or named witnesses accompanied his statement, but the quote stuck in UFO enthusiastic circles. Interestingly, mainstream reporting shows that while government hearings on UAPs grab headlines, many black Americans feel they have more urgent issues at home, such as housing, policing, and education. An article from Yahoo noted that these reactions in the black community often lean towards bigger fish fry, signaling that interstellar surprises might be low on some people's priority lists. This year, 2025, a YouTuber named Etnala Salta Media posted a 4-minute reaction to a viral clip of a former NASA scientist claiming they saw dark-skinned 7-foot aliens disembark from a ship. The reactor pointed out there is zero official evidence, no documents, no names, no photos, and flagged it as likely fake. That video has sparked hundreds of comments debating about it. Let's look at the anatomy of this viral clip that is spread as memes and going around. What we actually see, we need to pause on the footage itself. There's no clear video of the aliens, only a grainy, slowed-down audio clip of someone quoting background. No facial shots, no on-site recordings, just a voiceover layered on stock footage of a desert and a black silhouette. Without raw material, the claim rests entirely on second-hand testimony. You may ask yourself, why is this whole things to do with aliens captivating us? It might have to do with the familiar faces in the unknown. As you know, humans naturally project familiar traits onto the unknown. When a clip says, these aliens look like black Americans, brains light up. We search for faces in clouds, pareidolia, and we latch onto known categories. That's why you see alien memes dressed in afros or urban attire. It's a way of claiming the cosmos as part of our own story. The role of NASA the role of authority, as you know, NASA has been affiliated in most of these matters. Why are people mentioning mostly about NASA? Because NASA carries natural weight as the apex of American space research. If a NASA scientist makes a claim, it feels authoritative, even if the person is retired, never officially spoke for the agency, or worked decades ago. That aura of credibility makes the rumor stickier than a random blogger's story. Looking at the credentials of Dr. Begon, who was Dr. Begon? Norman Begon worked with NACA, NASA's predecessor, and Lockheed back in the 1960s. He holds patents on spacecraft debris shields, not alien biology. His expertise is engineering, not xenobiology. That matters because an engineer's first-hand knowledge of spacecraft materials doesn't automatically make them an alien encounter expert. Over the years, a handful of NASA employees have speculated about UFOs, like Gordon Cooper, saying he tracked objects on Morris Chatelaine, hinting at strange signals. But those are anecdotal remarks, often misquoted or taken out of context. None ever produced verifiable proofs, no logs, no images, no reports in NASA archives. Anecdotals are powerful. They stick in our minds, feel personal, and trigger emotions. But scientific claims require data. The statements of eyewitnesses, photos, radar tracks, peer-reviewed papers. So far, the black-skinned aliens story lacks that backbone. Believing in benevolent aliens can be comforting and ultimate someone's watching over us feeling. And believing in diverse aliens feeds our hope that the universe recognizes all human faces, not just as a single culture. That wish can skew our judgment towards accepting weak evidence. In film and art, stories about black appearing aliens reveal societal hopes and fears. Think of Black Panther's Wakanda. Advanced, hidden, thriving. Some view Begun's claim as a science fiction echo. Imagining extraterrestrials who look like black Americans suggests a wish to see black excellence extended to the stars. We should also be having some healthy skepticism. We should ask, how do we know? It demands original source material, cross-verification, and transparency. Until that arrives, the story stays in rumor territory. Keeping doubts alive helps prevent us from accepting wild claims just because they feel good. Social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and Facebook groups, these platforms amplify snippets, not context. A 15-second audio clip can become a headline. Algorithms prioritize engagement over accuracy, so controversy bubbles up faster than corrections. A few UFO fact-checkers have traced the clip to a 2014 Fringe podcast with Begun. No transcript, no follow-up. They rated it unverified or likely false. Yet the urban legend persists, showing how hard it is to quash a catchy conspiracy. When someone claims, I spoke with a NASA source, ask for details. Which department? When? Under what circumstances? Transparently naming witnesses or declassifying documents builds genuine credibility. Anonymous or vague source do not. Across decades, alien descriptions often reflect human cultural traits. Nordic-type aliens in the 1950 contactee lore, insectoid aliens in pulp fiction, reptilian figures in conspiracy rings. The idea of black-skinned aliens fits this pattern. We shape others in our own image. Also, history has had its precedent. In the 1950s, contactees claimed to meet blonde, blue-eyed Nordic aliens preaching peace. Those stories reflect post-war idealism. Today, imagining black extraterrestrials can reflect a push for racial equity, even if subconsciously. What are some of the lessons? Number one lesson concerning the media literacy is we should question the chain of whatever we consume. Always trace the claims back to their origin. Something shared on YouTube today might originate on a Fringe podcast from a decade ago. Know your chain of custody for information. Lesson number 2, we should seek multiple sources. One clip, one blog post, or one tweet doesn't make a fact. Look for mainstream outlets or independent researchers confirming quotes, dates, and names. Lesson number 3, beware confirmation bias. We often accept what aligns with our hopes or fears. Remain alert on how personal desires shape belief. Ask yourself, am I believing this because I want it to be true? Or it is a factual truth? Also, we have some cultural lessons about representation and inclusion. It's worthy celebrating any vision of extraterrestrial diversity. Imagining the cosmos as inclusive can spark unity, but representation without reality risks promoting myths over meaningful progress here on Earth. Another civic lesson is that priorities do matter. As the Yahoo article noted, many Black Americans prioritize civil rights, economic equity, and community safety over UFO miseries. It's vital to focus energy on tangible issues that affect our lives today. Also, we should have something like a toolbox for asking ourselves the right kind of questions, such as who first reported such kind of information, what's the track record of whoever reported the information, is there any documentation to show, has any credible authority verified this kind of information, like in this case, has NASA verified the kind of information? We should use these 4 questions as a routine check. Also, we should engage when curious, but pause before sharing. A swift share doubles reach, but if it's wrong, you become part of the rumor machine. Step back, research, then decide. If someone you know believes in the rumor, listen to their reasons. Offer to research together. Building understanding beats confrontation. Science, on the other hand, thrives on data, peer review, repeatable tests. Sensationalism thrives on clicks, shares, and emotional hooks. We need more science in our daily media diet. It's okay and wonderful to imagine alien life, but we can hold 2 things: wonder at the possibility of skepticism or wild rumors. Recent Pentagon UAP reports admit unexplained patterns but stop short of alien claims. Universities now host UAP research workshops emphasizing sensors, physics, and open data, not shape-shifting rumors. If you want serious takes on UAPs, follow accredited science communicators, NASA's official channels, the podcasts from different universities that deals with aerospace engineering, and independent lab publishing sensor data. Otherwise, the myth of black-looking aliens says something hopeful, that the universe sees us, values us, and imagines our faces among the stars. That alone is a powerful symbol, even if the rumor itself remains unverified. We should take the following action steps. The first step is we should always pause before you share some of these clips. You should vet the original sources and ask yourself what evidence exists. Also, redirect passion towards local issues you can affect today. As usual, we should be curious, at the same time we should be responsible. As you know, curiosity drives progress, while responsibility ensures we don't harm our society with falsehoods. Let's honor both. We'll have a great alien story. Just remember, extraordinary claims need extraordinary proof. Let's keep our feet grounded, our minds open, and our truth-seeking rigorous. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Until next time, God's blessings.